So hello everyone, I am Nicole and I work as a production engineer in Egghead. Today I'm going to talk about how GROQ and Sanity bring flexibility and order to the Egghead learning catalog. Before I dive into the specifics of Sanity and Egghead, I want to go and give an overview on what's Egghead and what do we do for those who don't know us. We are an educational platform for web development, and we offer concise programming courses for busy web developers. Our main goal is to deliver high-quality video tutorials and curated learning resources. Our site contains a large number of resources on topics such as GraphQL, TypeScript, Recoil, React, Vue, Angular, so many different frameworks and libraries that we can learn from. And our instructors are working professionals that learn in public and share what they know so other ones can learn as well. I'm going to give you a bit of backstory to actually understand how we ended up choosing Sanity as one of our amazing tools. Egghead was a fully custom Rails content management system. We used to have two APIs that access to the same underlying Postgres database. One was a REST API built on top of JBuilder, and another one GraphQL API. Both of these APIs were good, but a redeployed app used to take like between 30 and 40 minutes. And honestly, maintaining those APIs required a developer who has a fairly deep knowledge of Rails, GraphQL, and Ruby. Needless to say, these APIs were so close tied with the databases that it was hard for us to make updates and changes without actually sometimes having an indirect effects over our database that we never actually wanted to happen. So summary, overall content modeling and a data level for Egghead was kind of like a challenging ongoing process. In Egghead, we have several types of content. We have courses, podcasts, videos, blog posts, collections, case studies. We have so many different content and resources for our users. But with these hundreds of bite-sized content, it was really hard to manage, and it became really challenging for us to keep that content, the metadata, the descriptions, the relationships, and other aspects of all of those content organized and flexible. Honestly, modeling and handling data is one of the most challenging aspects in applications, in general speaking, right? But it's such a vital aspect for everyone in the long term to have a data that is understandable, that is flexible, and is relevant for the users that we have. With that said, back on June 2020, Egghead started the process to migrating the primary UI to Next.js. This gave us a lot of room to explore new options and tools to achieve our goals. What we wanted it was to create a digital garden. We wanted it to curate, update, associate, and present relevant resources to the users, as well as modeling our data that can be used across our website. Reshape that data in so many different ways on our website that we can like improve the experience for the users in any point. We have curated paths for people who want to learn React, JavaScript, beginners, advanced people, like all of these kind of different experiences that we want to give to the users. After living with so many years with flat JSON files, we find a tool that is seemed to meet our needs, Sanity. Sanity provided a deep flexibility and is easy to use. Sorry, you can easily install Sanity into your project by using their command line interface. It has a very nice authoring experience, right? So currently, we are able to synchronize our existing database with Sanity, which means all of the items that we have in our database are represented in Sanity. And the cool part is with Sanity, we are modeling the content, not the layout. We are having content of what content we want, but we're not deciding on Sanity where it was gonna go. At the end, that content is gonna be displayed one way or the other in the front end. And the coolest part of all of this is that we didn't need to redeploy our website to show any updates or anything in our content. Right, so let's go through the fun part. As of right now, this is actually how our Sanity Studio looks like. We have resources, we have collaborators, people, blog posts, portfolio. All of the content that we manage is now in Sanity. Let's begin with something really easy and quick. Everything in Sanity actually starts with a document, just a JSON object with unique properties. This is simple and actually the shorter example that I could find on our code. In this example, we are creating a document for a person. Super easy, couple of lines on code. We are saying what kind of inputs we need. We have put in the properties that the inputs need to support, and sometimes maybe give some kind of like conditionals, like this input has a max length of 100 characters, or this input is going to be required to actually and fully successfully create that person in the Sanity object. After a deploy of Sanity, this is what it looks like. We have our inputs, we have our form kind of way, super user friendly. We have in the left side all of the people we actually have created already, and so far a pretty straightforward process, right? So like right now it's like such an amazing process. We're just creating a couple things really easy and straightforward, and getting there to actually model our content in a really awesome way. So right now we have created different collections. As I was saying, our content, we have curated resources for React, JavaScript, TypeScript, different ways. So right now you can see a simple example. This is our homepage. We have a main resource, some courses, secondary resources. All of this is all curated just for exactly paths, exactly ways or collections that we want to give our users. We are looking every way to improve their user experience, and most importantly help them achieve their learning goals, right? So we have been able so far, I will say 85-90% our staff are coming from Sanity. Like we're so close to actually finish our migration from Rails to Sanity. So let's see all of that cool, these cool collections, how they actually look in Sanity. This is a perfect example, a whole curated path for React. This is how it looks in Sanity. We have primary resources here where we are displaying it right here, and like secondary resources. What's going on in Sanity? Nothing more than just saying we want this together. We want this path. We are now laying out, oh, this is going to be in the top. Nothing like that. We're just modeling that content and where we're going to and what we're going to show. Each collection is pretty similar. We have those related resources as a type reference thanks to the document in Sanity, right? So we are able to select the resources that match the reference that we are mapping on those kind of things. So after that beauty and magic that happens in Sanity Studio, the actual question comes as, how do you render that data in our front end? So there's where GROQ comes in. GROQ is a query language. It's a Sanity that works with Sanity. It's a query language for JSON. It is fairly easy to learn and use. It describes exactly the information that your application needs. With this query language, you're directly querying a JSON, but GROQ supports so many features like filters and sorting, functions, conditionals, joins, and object projections, slice operations, like so many different features that allows you to construct that result as you want. Let me go a little bit deeper on a specific example of a query. Our homepage right now is 100% from Sanity. We have all of these different resources you can see in this quick GIF, how is our website and homepage looks like. And all of that is coming just from one query. As you can see in the right side, we have our query in the homepage features. We created these different collections in Sanity, and we're querying that data and we're displaying it in the front end with obviously other kind of code, right? But like all of that all of that is coming from just one query. In this query, we can see, let's talk about a little bit like the syntax of a GROQ query. A query, GROQ query, always going to start with a start. It actually means like you're querying all of the objects. We have some filtering happening right here where since you want some specific objects, right? And here we are mapping exactly the information and the data that we want, nothing else, right? So far, I've shown you a collection of resources and how we model specific cars or like courses. But That's not everything that we do with Sanity. Even like every landing page of courses in our website is coming from Sanity. Not just so this is a landing page, right? So it has a title, we have a description going on, an illustration, a list of lessons, some little features like what you learn, resource, similar resources, reviews, like all of that information, metadata, all is coming from Sanity. So quick examples. Each landing page on our website is unique and has your own properties and has your own kind of like whole curated resources that supports that course and supports that topics and help the learners get to the final line that they want to learn. Quickly, we are creating we call it a big idea as in Egghead as a Sanity, which is like what you learn. What would you get from that course? This is just a list that we created in Sanity, and we're displaying it as a list. Or questions that you're going to think about. All of these different features, we have been created in Insanity, and we displayed it as we want to. Needless to say, the experience with Sanity and Egghead has been great. So much that we have some partner products in Egghead that we handle, and we're also implementing Sanity. I want to give you a quick sneak peek of escuelafronten. Escuelafronten is a partner product that we handle in Egghead. It's an educational platform as well for front-end developers, but its content is totally in Spanish, so totally different than we do in Egghead, right? And for now, we're just featuring some blog posts. We don't have courses or anything like that yet. So what is so different? We handle so many different content in here. We are using only blog posts, and still it's such a powerful tool, Sanity, that it makes our editorial process and smooth and awesome, right? So we have blog posts. We're able to generate those posts. We have type reference where we have related resources, related articles. And example, I want to show you a really interesting query. Our homepage in Escuela Frontend has like the latest articles that we have published, right? So what that query looks like, in that query, we're doing 3 different steps, right? So we are operation 1, we're doing a filter here. We're filtering by the published date. We are sorting our data, but it's a descending way for the date of as it's being published. And finally, we are doing a slice operation that we are just showing the 6 layers articles, right? So all of that super cool. We have different pages where we are showing specific articles or like the whole article. So different queries and different ways that you can query your data and display exactly how you want thanks to Sanity. As a summary, what have we done with Sanity? We are able to create the data structure that we want and need. We are now live updates. Our live updates don't need any redeploy, which is like so cool, right? We add structured queries to load the data for each section. Feature, instructors, landing pages, right? So like we are structuring queries in different ways in different pages to showing the same content. It has given us also like the opportunity to layer assets in the top of those resources that helps the designers and the editorial team to have a more collaborated experience and creative results and control over the resulting page. So Sanity has given us tons of flexibility. And finally, and last but definitely not the least, we are super excited to announce a new course. This course is made by John, which is one of the co-founders of Egghead. John, in this course of 10 minutes, 10 lessons and 23 minutes, sorry, you're going to be able to go into the introduction of what's GROQ as a query language. It will quickly explain you what it is and how you're going to learn to use those different features that the language support. At the end, with this course, you're going to be able to know how to connect the GROQ in the context of a Sanity data set, right? So it's a free course, so don't be shy. Go check it out. We're super excited, and we hope you enjoy it. And that will be it from my side today, Cap.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nicoll. That was That was a lot of information. I have a couple questions. If anyone has questions in the chat, make sure you put them in and we'll answer them right now. So you said it took a year to migrate. Did it take a year or was it?
No, we're doing it slowly, right? Right. So we migrated the whole primary UI to Next.js, and then we start working in Sanity, and then we slowly are being processed to migrate different paths. Like it was 10 years of Rails, so we have different pages that we're like carefully migrating to Sanity and modeling that content in different ways.
Got it. Is it fully migrated now?
No, like I will say 85-90%. We still have a couple of pages that they're not coming, but like mostly it's coming right now from Egghead. Every landing page of courses is coming totally from Sanity.
Nice. And then the studio is so pretty. Studios are so pretty to look at.
Yeah,
so when you
totally.
showed that, I was like, yay. But is it as organized as Egghead wants it, and now you're just like building on top of it? Did you start the organization of your studio from the beginning, or did you learn along the way? How was that?
Well, I joined Egghead a couple of months ago, so I wasn't actually from the beginning of this process. I have the opportunity to work more in the escuelafronten project, so I can you talk more about that? I know in escuelafronten we have been creating like the documents in Sanity from the beginning, adding different resources. I remember when I came in, we only were using the whole blog post, and now I added the reference to map the related blog post in the same blog post page, right? So I know Egghead, we try to every day to improve our experience. Someone in a team is working with webhooks for Sanity to actually create the objects. We have scripts that helps us to create the course that is coming from the Rails database. And a script in a second, it creates the objects in Sanity. So we're using like a lot of different resources to leverage all of the cool stuff that happens in Sanity.
Right on. And then my last question, I don't see any in the chat right now, but my last question is, how many people are like actively working in the studio every day?
9 people, I think, like top of my head, I think we are like 9 people. I can check right now. We have 9 members in the Egghead studio, and I know we all work daily on that process.
Right on. There's a lot of love in the chat for your talk. Everyone really enjoyed it. So definitely go in there. But thank you so much, Nicoll. And if any of you have any questions for Nicoll, I'm trying to get your Twitter as fast as I can.
We can post it in the Slack chat. Thank you for the invitation. Yeah. Literally my first time talking, so totally out of my comfort zone.
No, you did fantastic. It was amazing.
That fits my soul. Thank you.
So I just put your Twitter in the chat. Oh, we do have 2 quick questions.
Okay.
What are you using for authorization, and how many assets do you have?
Well, for authorization, we use, at least on my end, I know we have a key on the Egghead repository. And real quick, our repository is totally free, totally open, right? So public. So anyone can go and check it out, how's our progress, how we're creating all of those assets in Sanity. It's totally open to the public to learn and see and keep working with our progress. We are authoring Sanity via the keys that we have. So our whole website has a key from Sanity. And as a developer, when I log in Sanity, I just do a quickly Google authorization in the studio.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, great job. And thank you for all the info. This integration and then this new course is very, very exciting. So I put the course in the chat. So if you want to check out that course, I highly recommend you do. You can find that link. And then if you have more questions for Nicoll, I put your Twitter in the chat.
Awesome.
And they can just find you there, yeah?
Thank you so much, Cap.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we will see you around. Thanks, Nicoll.
Bye.